and fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
Hello everyone and welcome into Platte Arena. I'm Preston Husband alongside Ross Gosnell. It's another production on FDN Sports today, and we've got a good one in store for you guys watching from your living rooms, couches, wherever you might be, maybe driving on your way to Platte Arena. Ohio Christian comes in at 8-3, 0-2 in conference play. Huntington University sitting at 7-5, 2-1 in conference, coming off a loss against Midway. And Ross, this game's going to be all about the stars here today for both teams.
Yeah, absolutely, Preston. You got number 5, Haley Cox. She's averaging 27.4 points per game. She's unstoppable. She can shoot about anywhere around the perimeter where you can find her. And then on Huntington's side, you got Bailey Kellum, which she scored her career high, which we announced past week. It was against not St. Francis, my bad, people. It was against IUK, so that's going to be some tough matchups in between those two teams today here at Platte Arena.
You can see a look here at the Crossroads League standing. Huntington sitting right in the middle at the moment at 2-1. They're out of Crossroads League play for a little bit, but they will get back into action against Crossroads League competition on Wednesday at Mount Vernon today. They've got to take care of a really strong non-conference opponent in the Ohio Christian Trail Blazers. We're going to take a quick break for the national anthem and prayer, and we will be back for tip-off between these two sides on FDN Sports when we come back.
Together, we can create a positive, competitive environment in which our athletes may participate.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So you better take your opportunity while you can.
Arena, and we are just about set for tip-off between the Ohio Christian Trail Blazers and the Huntington University Foresters. Both teams come in with a winning record. Ohio Christian coming off a win against Midway their last time out. Foresters trying to get back on track. They'll be led by freshman Bailey Kellum as Ross Gosnell has already told you. But first, we'll take you through the starting lineup for the visitors. The Trailblazers will throw out Darcy Mitchell, a senior guard at 5'7" from London, Ohio, averaging right over 5 points per game. Ashley DeWeese out of Asheville, Ohio, just a sophomore guard, averaging 15. And you're going to see that trend here today, Ross. 3 players are really the main players for this Trailblazers side. They also go with Emma Coons, who's a junior guard at 5'9", averaging 17.5. And rounding up the lineup, Jolie Hamilton, along with their best player, Haley Cox, who comes in averaging right around 28 points per game. Ross, why don't you take us through the starting lineup for the home Foresters?
For your home team, the Huntington University Foresters, which is coached by Darby Maggard, you got number 1, Bailey Kellum. You got number 12, Peyton Hartsoe. You got number 24, Annika Nelson, when she's new in the lineup, so since Olivia Raby's out with her injury. And then you got number 30, a senior, Emily Sebo, and you got a junior, number 32, Gabi Melby.
So still a really young starting lineup for the Foresters. They do miss out on Olivia Raby, who's dealing with a little bit of a shooting arm injury that came in their last time out, and that's a big piece to be missing. Raby's averaging 11.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, shoots it well from deep, also a strong post player. So it's going to be up to other players like Annika Nelson and maybe Ruby Bolin as well to fill those big shoes of Olivia Raby to get things back on track for HU today.
Yeah, you got to trust your post players if you're HU, since Olivia Raby's out with her injury.
This offense has been running through the freshman Bailey Kellum and the junior Gabi Melby all year long. Melby at 17 points per game, Kellum averaging 18. She's scored in double digits in her last 10, including that career high of 29 in the last home game against IU Kokomo. Ohio Christian, 8-3 on the year, 0-2 in conference. They're led by Haley Cox, one of the most prolific scorers in the nation. She'll tip it up with Annika Nelsons, and the Foresters will start with the ball. HU in their home whites, Ohio Christian in their road blacks. Melby drives in, quickly tries to go to Nelson. Good defense by the Trailblazers. And this one will start with a inbounds pass for HU under their own basket.
That was a good defensive possession there for Ohio Christian, which HU is going to start off pretty fast.
Melby wants to start fast as she fires her first shot of the day. Can't get it to go. Cox with the rebound. Cox gets to the free throw line better than almost anyone in the country as she misses her first shot of the day, and the Foresters will gain possession.
Yeah, that was a good drive opportunity there for Haley Cox just to go for the layup, but unfortunately she missed it there.
Cox averages right around 10 free throws per game. She shoots it 19 times per contest as well. Nelson getting the start today. Can't get that one to roll home. Rebounded by Emma Coons, who pushes the pace. Coons at 17.5 per game, too strong off glass. That one's tipped out. This time it's off HU, and the Trailblazers will keep possession. So you can see this pace, Ross, is going to be pretty quick here today between these two sides. Two high-scoring teams. Ohio Christian comes in averaging right around 82 per contest. Foresters just over 75 per game.
Yeah, the question is how fast of a tempo are they going to have throughout the whole 4 quarters?
Mitchell hands it off. This is DeWeese driving on Nelson. Good defense by Annika. She's beat to the left side this time, and DeWeese gets the scoring started for Ohio Christian.
Yeah, that was a good layup there by Ashley DeWeese there for Ohio Christian.
She averages 15 points per game. She's their third option. Melby's 0 for 2 from the field, both from deep. Rebound down to the Trailblazers. Back the other way comes Coons with that fast pace. That one's thrown off the back of the backboard. Thought it was out of bounds, but the Foresters play it anyways and come back the other way. Kellum can't handle the pass, and HU has their first turnover of the afternoon.
Got to capitalize off of those turnovers there if you're HU.
So we'll see if HU can settle in, start to score a little more efficiently here in this first part of the game. Coming in, talked about Ohio Christian averaging 82 points per game. They give up 76, so their scoring has won them a lot of games. 3-ball launched, too long from DeWeese. Rebound to Sebo, and the first foul of the day goes on Darcy Mitchell as she tried pulling that one away from the lone senior for HU. Coach Darby Maggard in her second year here with the Foresters. Last year 10-19, already 7-5 this year. For Ohio Christian, they only won 8 games all of last year, and Coach Van Hoos has already matched that total here in the early part of the season, 11 games in. Steal by Ohio Christian. That was Hamilton who pulled it away. Pushing the pace is Cox. She goes left side, and DeWeese sneaks in her second basket.
Yeah, that was a good fast break there for Ohio Christian with Ashley DeWeese making that layup.
Melby skips it over to Sebo. Rarely goes off the dribble. Back to Melby, who gets into the lane. Kellum, shot fake. 3-ball, too long. Rebound down to Cox. That's her second. Couple of good looks here for the Foresters, just nothing falling quite yet. Cox explodes, scores, and she'll head to the free throw line. That's what Haley Cox does best. She's had several games this year with double-digit free throws. She's coming off a game against Midway where she shot 17 free throws and made 16 of them, and that's where a lot of her scoring comes from.
Yeah, it's from the free throw line, which HU doesn't need Haley Cox at the free throw line during this game.
I mean, you look at Haley Cox as a player, she scored 35 in 3 different games this year. She's coming off 28 and 10 against Madonna, and she averages, 28 on the year, and she's efficient as well, 47% from the field. Not a great three-point shooter. She can get it done in a lot of different ways. Kellum has an open Nelson, blocked away, and nice recovery there from DeWeese to not give Nelson any space. Melby will trigger it from underneath their own basket. Right back to Melby goes Nelson. Hartsoe had an open 3, instead drives to the right side and somehow gets that one to go. Peyton Hartsoe not known for really putting it on the floor, but a nice job there to get the scoring started.
Yeah, that was a good basket there for Peyton Hartsoe and the Lady Foresters.
Here's a steal now for Peyton Hartsoe. She's got the lone basket. She drives into the contact, flips it up off glass, and she's got the last 2, and that is a positive sign. Without Raby today, Hartsoe's got to come up big in this ball game.
Yeah, that was a good fast break opportunity there off of that turnover off of Ohio Christian, which Peyton Hartsoe took it to the glass there.
Hartsoe now locks up Cox and creates another turnover. She's been the bright spot here in the first 4 minutes of this game. She's got the last 2 baskets. Only averages 4.8 per game. She's got the first 4 for HU today. Has it again now, working 2-man game with Nelson. Swings it to Melby. She'll drive left baseline. Sebo's got her first open 3. She connects, and it's a quick 7-0 run to tie it back up.
Yeah, that was a good 3-point basket there by Emily Sebo, getting the Foresters on that 7-0 run.
Nice response here for the Foresters. It was all Ohio Christian in the first few minutes. HU punches back, and they've locked it back up. This will be a quality win for whoever comes away with this one today. 2 really good opponents out there. DeWeese has 4. She drives in, left hand, can't get the finish. Sebo pulls down the miss. Melby surveying, cuts through, open lane, right hand finish on the left side, and the Foresters are back in front.
That was a good scoop and score there by Gabi Melby, which that puts the Foresters on a 9-0 run.
9-0 run, as Ross mentioned, huge punch back here from HU after that slow start on offense. Mentioned Ohio Christian can really score, but they do give up a lot of points. HU defensively only giving up about 65 a game. Cox inside out dribble, can't get it to go, and the rebound is put back by Jolie Hamilton. She only averages around 3.4 per game, but she does rebound it extremely well at about 5.5 per game.
That was a good response there by Ohio Christian with Jolie Hamilton's basket.
So we'll have a couple of subs here, and if you're a Forester fan, you're happy to see Kendall Yoakum get back into action. She missed every game since that IWU game that the Foresters had down in Marion, so it's nice to have her back. Even though you lose Raby, get a really solid shooter at just a freshman. Hartsoe, a really good shooter herself. Yoakum tried to keep it alive. Cox has another rebound. She goes right at that defense and is blocked by Sebo.
That was a good block shot there by Emily Sebo, which that was quick defensive recovery.
Yoakum swings it to Melby in transition. She's 0 for 3 from deep as that one's long. Offensive rebound falls to Yoakum. It's kind of what Kendall Yoakum does. Comes in, gives you a little extra rebounding, but also a great perimeter shooter. See if that gets unlocked here in this first quarter. Kellum's been quiet. She's going to have to find a teammate here. 5 on the shot clock. Yoakum has it ripped away. And it's going to be a travel on Yoakum, another Forrester turnover.
Right now, Coach Darby Maggard has to clean up the turnovers. Right now, they have 3 turnovers in the first quarter.
Something to keep an eye on. Foresters are fairly efficient offensively on most days. They average right around 15 per game. That's down from about 20 per game last year. And starting a lot of young players, sometimes turnovers can become an issue, but we'll see if they can lock back in like they did on that 9-0 run. Mitchell backing in. Hartsoe has a steal. Foresters with numbers here, 3-on-2. Hartsoe goes right down the lane. Can't get it to go off glass. Back the other way comes Ohio Christian. Swing pass to Cox. She just blows right by Melby and scores again. Cox showing off that speed on the right wing.
Yeah, that was a good jump shot fake there to get past Gabby Melby, which Haley Cox got there for the scoop and score there for Ohio Christian.
You know the Foresters watch film. She's someone they probably watched the most on. Hartsoe gets it on the cut. Melby bumped. No foul called. Darby Maggard is just not pleased with that call. Back the other way comes Cox, and that's another basket, and she's got the last 2.
Looks like Darby Maggard looks pretty mad after that.
Yeah, that was a lot of contact on Melby, and Darby Maggard cannot believe it. Here goes Melby again. No good again on the shot from Melby. Rebound down to Ohio Christian. Ohio Christian trying to stay in that rhythm. Melby coming back the other way. Exciting first quarter as the Trailblazers are up 4. Sebo cuts and scores off the nice pass from Melby.
Yeah, that was a good backdoor cut there by Emily Sebo off of that Gabby Melby pass.
Couple of subs waiting to check in for HU. As Ohio Christian tries to add on to their lead right now, just up 2. Deweese through the lane, throws up a wild one, can't get it to go, grabs her own miss, and then Yoakum's there to tie it up, and possession arrow is going to stay with the Trailblazers. So a handful of subs for both sides here, Ross, and we're going to see a lot of that today without Raby, and some of those other players are going to have to come up big. You see already Michaela Clement in the game. And for the Foresters, Laura Valiente checking in for the first time as well, and she's immediately called for a foul there as Cox was cutting to the rim. Amaya Toll in for the first time as well for Ohio Christian. Lily Shepard joins her, trying to get the ball in, and 5 seconds is called as the Foresters force a turnover of their own.
That was a good defensive session there, stop for the Foresters.
So Clement, Nelson, Laura Valiente, Yoakum, and Melby in for HU. Nelson drives left. There's Clement. She fires the 3 off the side of the backboard. It did catch a piece of rim, but it's a miss. And back the other way comes Ohio Christian. Pass up top. Yoakum trying to stick with the offensive drive. She does just that, grabs the miss. Pushes it forward up ahead to Melby. She'll slow it down. Gabi surveying for an open Forrester. She finds Nelson in the post. Weak side corner was open. Clement's got her second straight try. That one's long. Rebound down to Deweese, and back-to-back good looks for Clement, just unable to connect.
Yeah, those were 2 good-looking passes there for HU, but they couldn't get those basket opportunities that they wanted.
Well, Christian doesn't play with a ton of size out there, so anytime Nelson gets the ball, they're looking to double the post. Cox working against Valiente. Shot fake, wiggle to the right, missed it short, rebound Nelson. Cox is crafty as that's going to be a blocking foul there. Melby draws the foul. Just the second on Ohio Christian. Only 2 on the Foresters as well. That one's going to go on Ashley Deweese. Just tried to beat Melby to the spot, couldn't do so. Yoakum is going to take a seat on the bench, and the freshman Bailey Kellum back in. It's been a quiet start for Kellum after being in double digits in her last 10 and coming off a career high just 2 games ago. She's the leading scorer for HU, and they're going to need her to start getting some open shots here to kind of get this rhythm going again offensively. Little high-low pass into Clement. Back out to Kellum. Shot fake, and she's called for a double dribble. And the Forester turnover is starting to pile up a little bit here in the first quarter.
Yeah, that's a bad turnover there by Bailey Kellum, which she hasn't even scored yet in the first quarter, but Darby Magger might be looking to get her going here.
It hasn't been the most efficient quarter for the Foresters offensively, shooting 30%, 1 of 8 from deep. No free throw attempts yet, so we'll see where they go. The only Forester on the floor right now that scored is Melby, and what a play there by Laura Valiente to get up and swat that one off the shot from Shepard.
Yeah, that was a good block shot there by Laura Valiente there for the HU.
Long pass thrown in, right wing. Driving left, and good defense again from Melby, and that's going to be called off of DeWeese there as Melby got a right hand in there. We've seen a lot of drives with a lot of contact and not as many fouls called, so that's something also to watch for Cox. She's used to getting to the free throw line a ton. Kellum drives right baseline. She'll have to swing it back out to Nelson. Now Lauda. Crossover through the lane, left side bumped, and she's going to head to the free throw line. That's going to be the first on Haley Cox, and the first 2 free throws for the Foresters.
You got to get Haley Cox in foul trouble if you're HU.
I actually was wrong there. It must have been the reach-in from Amaya Toll that fouled Lauda. Not going to be called on Cox, so the Trailblazers will not see their best player with a personal quite yet. Valiente, couple of dribbles. First free throw up and good. She's been a solid piece of this team. Only averages around 3.5, just a sophomore out of Carmel, Indiana. Second free throw up, ties us at 13. But Valiente changed that game that we did against IU Kokomo with her defense. I mean, completely shifted that game, and she's already done that a little bit on the defensive end here in this first quarter as well.
Hey, you got to love it, though, because Coach Darby Magger likes to play defensive ball. So you got Valiente. She's pretty impactful when she's on defense.
Cox wants to go to work with 11 on the clock. Crosses over, now goes to the right side, being guarded by Hart, so sneaks through, misses it strong. Foresters can force up one last shot here. Valiente from the volleyball line nearly got it to drop. As she tried giving the Foresters the lead after the end of the first, we'll head to the second tied. 13-13 between the Trailblazers and the Foresters when we come back.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5-10 years?
Welcome back to Platt Arena, 13-13 game. Before that basket from Lauda Valiente, the Foresters back in front here. And Ross, it was a back and forth first quarter. It was an early advantage for Ohio Christian. Foresters battle back as Kellum picks up a foul in the passing lane there, trying to pick that one off from Cox.
Yeah, it's been a back and forth seesaw battle here in the first quarter between Ohio Christian and Huntington University. But the only problem is the turnovers that both teams have. Huntington had 4 turnovers in the first quarter, and Ohio Christian had 5. So that can play a huge, impactful way throughout the next 3 quarters.
They're both right on pace to have about what they have per game turnover-wise. Valiente is called for another foul. That's already her second in just about 4 minutes of play. So Coach Darby Maggard going to have a choice to make, and she'll choose Gabi Melby to come back in for Valiente. And it felt like Lauda was kind of starting to get into a rhythm, and now she's got 2 fouls. We'll have to take a seat as Deweese knocks down the first. This is their really third option on offense. Deweese from Asheville, Ohio, averaging 15 points per game. Pretty efficient scorer, coming off 14 points and 8 assists in their last game against Madonna. She's also a great rebound, right around 4.5 per game, so she can get it done in a lot of different ways. Back the other way, another turnover. Drive to the rim is a score there from Jolie Hamilton. That's her second basket. She's already over her season average here in this first half. Nelson wants to go right back at Hamilton. Instead goes to Kellum. Drives in, bumped, and she'll head to the free throw line. Blocking foul on Hamilton, and Kellum's got a chance to start her scoring.
That was a good drive there to cause the foul there on Hamilton, which Bailey Kellum can do that drive in and draws the foul.
Hamilton just not in legal guarding position there. Allows Kellum to go to the charity stripe where she knocks in the first. Right at around 88% on the year from the free throw line. Kellum, a high volume shooter, high volume scorer. That's her first point of the day. We'll try to add on, and does, and we're back to tied at 17. So Kellum, her first 2. Keep in mind, she can get it going at about any point. Little trap coming from HU, and a timeout called as Coach Van Hoos needed one. Cox was trapped between 2 Foresters, and that is going to be the first timeout of the game, just a 30-second timeout, and looks like Darby Maggard might try to attack Cox with a double team here to get the ball out of her hands, Ross.
Yeah, Coach Darby Maggard's got a smart game plan going just to stop trap there on Haley Cox, which they probably need to do that for the rest of the game. Where can you find number 5 Haley Cox at throughout the whole perimeter?
And that is a great plan to stop down, you know, one of the top 5 scorers in NAIA college basketball on the women's side. But then you turn it over, and they've got 2 more players averaging 17 and 15. So it's kind of like stopping that 3-headed monster. You got to choose which one you're going to make beat you, and you don't want it to be Cox.
Yeah, you don't. That's why you got those 2 significant players that can play throughout the whole game, in that you can find out one shooter and then can scout you like there's no tomorrow.
Coons will toss it in with 22 on the shot clock. Just 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. Tied up at 17. Several ties early in this game. Hamilton, nice spin move through the contact plus the foul, and she's up to 6 already. The freshman comes in averaging 3.5. She's well over that here already in the first half. Pretty move there, plus the foul on Nelson. And the Trailblazers have a chance to add to a 2-point lead. Hamilton does that, and it's a 3-point lead for the Trailblazers as they punch right back from that Forrester run.
Yeah, that was a good spin move off of Jolie Hamilton to get Annika Nelson that foul.
Melby drives left, baseline, gets it to go off glass. Forrester's back within 1, and nice to see Melby stick that one in on the tough drive.
Hey, you got to trust Gabby Melby in this game today without Olivia Raby.
Coons, the junior, has it on the left wing. She'll swing it to Cox, and 3 seconds going to be called on Hamilton. It's another Trailblazers turnover. HU has a chance to grab the lead back. Melby, really important for her, Ross, to be efficient. She started struggling a little bit. She goes to Kellum this time. She's fouled again. We'll see if it's shooting. It looks like it's going to be on the floor as Kellum drove right by Coons there. And
that was called on Hamilton there.
Yep. So Hamilton reaching in. That is her second now. Something to watch the rest of this first half. See if Coach Van Hoos decides to pull Hamilton with those 2 personals. Kellum 3 for 3 from the line. But Hamilton's been a bright spot for him in this first half. Already has 7 points and has been really the post present for the Trailblazers here early on.
Yeah, she's been impactful so far. Jolie getting those 6 points, which that's pretty crucial so far for the Trailblazers.
Haley Cox working against the freshman again in Hartsoe. Trades off with Kellum. All the way over, it's now Mitchell with the ball. She's had a quiet first half, averaging right around 5.5 per. Drive through the lane, shot up too strong, knocked right back to Ohio Christian, and then saved in for Ashley DeWeese. DeWeese goes short corner, Coons, nice catch from Hamilton. She missed that one too strong, and the rebound's down to Sebo.
That was a good backdoor cut there by Hamilton, just couldn't finish the shot.
Nelson thought about a 3, now takes a step back 19-footer, misses everything, and maybe not the shot that Coach Darby Maggard was looking for on that possession, but Nelson trying to get a little more involved on offense. 1 point advantage, 3 minutes gone in the second quarter. Two teams with winning records playing a competitive first half, and a 3-ball drops in to give Ohio Christian the lead right back, and that time it was Emma Coons who knocked in a deep one, right around 38% from deep on the year. Got to be heads up where she is at all times. Nelson against Hamilton, spins away, can't get it to go. Rebound down to Cox, and now she takes it past Sebo. Cox, a really good rebounder. At just 5'8", averages 6.5 per game. Left-handed drive, and another foul as DeWeese is going to head back to the free throw line. And that one's going to go on the freshman, Bailey Kellum.
And that's her second, so most likely she's going to go to the bench here.
And it looks like you're spot on there as Kendall Yoakum comes back in. In general, this Ohio Christian team shoots a ton of free throws, majority of them coming from Haley Cox, but DeWeese and Coons also get to the line at a high rate, and we've already seen that here in this first half. Coons, perfect on the first one.
That's DeWeese at the free throw line there.
Oh, yep, looking at the wrong number. So DeWeese perfect on the first one. Coons, number 13, knocked down that triple to give Ohio Christian the lead. It seems like they're all interchangeable.
Yeah, when it comes to whoever's at the free throw line.
And who can score it. So knocked in there. DeWeese had both of them go. She's having a nice first half now. Hartsoe had a hot start for HU, drives left. Sebo wants a 3 from the corner, too long. Rebound to Nelson. Melby thought about pulling a long one. Instead, we'll reset, and not exactly sure what happened there. It looks like the shot clock may not have been reset correctly. And one of the officials wants 16 back on it. The Foresters will have it underneath the basket. So it's actually going to be a side out now as the 3 officials trying to discuss what's going on. Yoakum will send it in for HU. They'll start their offense from the volleyball line. Melby drives hard to the right and somehow gets another tough basket. She's had a couple of those in the lane today.
Yeah, that was a crazy circus shot there by Gabi Melby to get that score there for HU.
Back the other way comes Ohio Christian, playing fast through the paint, and one too many steps there as it's a turnover for Ohio Christian. And these freshmen for HU, Yoakum and Hartsoe, have their hands full with a lot of talented scorers on the other side. But a nice job there by Yoakum moving her feet and creating another Ohio Christian turnover. Speaking of turnovers, Foresters almost have one there. Hartsoe pulls it out. And HU will reset with Nelson. Yoakum using a ball screen. She's had a quiet return here today. Melby takes a little fadeaway jump shot. She's pulling out all the tricks here today.
Yeah, you got to trust Gabi Melby today since Olivia Raby's injured.
Melby almost creates a turnover. Cox gets it back. She drives right past Hartsoe, and not a whole lot of defensive pressure there for Cox to sneak in another basket.
That was first points for Haley Cox here the second quarter, which HU pretty much contested her the first 5 minutes of the second quarter.
Melby's got a couple of baskets in a row. Hartsoe goes to Nelson. She spins back to the right side, too strong. Cox with another rebound. Excuse me, that's DeWeese who grabbed that one. Over the right side, good shot fake, drive in. Good defense by Sebo, and a late whistle is going to send Ohio Christian back to the free throw line.
That was a late call there by the official.
That foul is going to go on Emily Sebo. It looked like the official was waiting to see if the feet were in the restricted area, which they were. So Mitchell will head to the free throw line. Nelson's going to head out, and Ruby Boland's going to come in for the first time for HU. And then Amaya Toll back in, a freshman for Ohio Christian. Mitchell from the free throw line, not great on the year, 54%. First one up, been good. She's the fourth option on this team, starting lineup right around 5.5 per game. 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, fills up the stat sheet for Coach Van Hoos's side on a nightly basis, and kind of sits right at her average there from the charity stripe. Boland, first minutes here in this first half. Tries to cut into the lane, nothing there yet. Yoakum has to regain, tried bouncing it in, a kick ball as Coons deflects that one away. And HU will start with 20 back on the shot clock. Ross, we did call some soccer together, so
yeah.
Pulling out some of those moves.
I gotta get some soccer moves going.
Yeah. Coons may have stopped the basket there. Sometimes you gotta use your feet. Melby working again, not good with the right hand. Rebound nearly kept alive by Sebo, but Haley Cox has it again. In and out dribble, skips it away. Yoakum with the steal.
That was a good turnover there. Opportunity for HU just to get that steal to happen.
It's important for the Foresters to keep building a wall anytime Cox is driving down the lane. Just stop her and make her pass it to someone else. Melby driving left again, spins through, nearly traveled. Sebo from the corner, connects, and we're tied.
That's a good pass there off of Gabi Melby to Emily Sebo to make that three-point basket.
And we've got another stoppage here, as it looks like Melby might have a little blood on the shin area. Just coming off that nice pass to Sebo. Sebo had yet to connect on a 3-ball in the second quarter. She's 2 of 3 for the game. She's up to 8, leading the way for the Foresters. And sometimes, you know, you need someone like your lone senior to come up big when you're out without one of your top players in Olivia Arabian. Today, Sebo's kind of had a quiet 8, but still leading the way.
Yeah, I got to trust a senior impactful player, Emily Sebo, which you got to have all of your teammates to do that, to make that happen.
3:52 left in the first half. We've had a handful of ties, a couple of lead changes. These two teams playing dead even right now. DeWeese out to Coons. She'll drive past Sebo, gets to the rim, and a nice move by Coons to use that off-balance shot to get it to go off glass. One of those scorers for Ohio Christian you got to keep a tight grip on. Sebo has it back coming off the 3. This time she'll drive. It's blocked, and a good play there to rip that one away. I think that was Coons again, this time on the defensive end. DeWeese being guarded by Yoakum. DeWeese steps back, takes a J, and connects with a long one. And that possession didn't look like it was going anywhere, but when you've got a shot maker like DeWeese, you've always got options.
Yeah, we got to make that happen off of Ashley DeWeese there.
Boland down to Sebo. Great cut and a score. She's done that twice here in this first half.
That was a good backdoor cut there from Emily Sebo from Ruby Boland's assist.
Ohio Christian up 3. Long ball, thrown a little too long, but right there to put it back home is Coons off of the miss from Cox. Sometimes you just get lucky on some of those misses and they fall right to you, and Coons has really done a nice job kind of getting her team back on track. Yoakum gets her team back on track with a 3-ball, and I went and talked to Darby Maggard before the game, and she said, we are so excited to get Kendall Yoakum back, and quote, she can shoot that thing, and she did it there.
Yes, she did. That's a good shot, three-point basket there by Kendall Yoakum.
Miss for the Trailblazers. Sebo was able to collect, and HU can tie or take the lead again. Yoakum doesn't shoot it a ton, though. You almost wonder if Coach Darby Maggard wants to see her start shooting it a little more often. She's going to get another chance here. Another three. That one short. Bolin nearly went over the top. Cox with another rebound. Cox dribble and a foul called as Melby couldn't get in front of Haley Cox, and she's headed back to the free throw line. See Melby get a hand on the top of the ball there, but a little body before that. And Cox having another great game, 9 points right now, 4 of 10 from the field. This is just her second and third free throw of the afternoon. So she hasn't been as efficient as usual, but still having a great first half as she's the second into double digits, excuse me, for the Trailblazers. Gives her team a 3-point lead. Cox connects again, and as many free throws as she shoots, she's 83%. So you send her there, they're usually going to go in.
Yep, that's usually what happens if you're a good free throw shooter like Haley Cox.
Pass down to Bolin, back out to Melby. She has a driving lane, ripped away, another steal. That time the freshman Shepard got the loose ball. DeWeese slows it down. Nelson doing a nice job stopping the break. DeWeese loves going to that left hand, and she's fouled again as she got in between two Foresters. And Ohio Christian now really starting to make a lot of work happen at the free throw line.
That is her second. That will put number 1, Ashley DeWeese, at the line.
Ohio Christian's largest lead of the day was 7. That was right out the start when they were up 7-0. Foresters have only led by 3 a couple of times. And the Trailblazers just keep having answers offensively as DeWeese can't get the first one to go. They're on pace for their season average again, 82 points per game. They're trying to get to 40 before the halftime mark here. DeWeese good on the second. And it's a 5-point lead for the Trailblazers. HU looking for an answer here before the halftime break. Bolin throws it into Melby. Clement thought about a 3. Now she'll drive in. Outside Bolin through the lane and off the glass. And those are huge points off the bench from Ruby Bolin.
Yeah, those are huge bench points there for HU off of that Ruby Bolin basket.
See if the Foresters can get a stop now. 3 launched, short, rebound down to Hamilton. She goes through, misses, and a foul called on the back end of the play, as the offensive rebounding of Hamilton has been really a weapon here for Ohio Christian in this first half.
Number 15, Jolie Hamilton at the line. She'll shoot 2.
And Hamilton only at 5'8". Bolin out there at about 5'10". Hamilton still working around that offensive block back and forth, grabbing those misses and getting her team second chances. Hamilton splits the pair. It's a 4-point lead. HU can hold for nearly the last shot here in this first half. About a 2-second difference between the game clock and shot clock. Melby works off the dribble. Goes over to Michaela Clement. Sebo now with Hartso. 10 on the shot clock and a foul called on Haley Cox. That's the 3rd against the guest. So no dangers here of putting the Foresters in the bonus. Shot clock is off though, and now HU can hold for that final shot with 12.5 left.
HU is going to look for a good clean shot here before halftime.
These final 30 seconds of halves are so important. Hartso gets an open look and knocks it down. 5 seconds left. Back comes Ohio Christian. Cox loses it. Loose ball down, and HU will head to the half just down 1 point. What a big shot down the stretch by Peyton Hartso. We'll have Coach Darby Maggard join us here for the halftime break. Back and forth affair between Ohio Christian and Huntington University. I think we're stuck on your chair there, Ross. We might need to get Darby. There we go. We got you on the air now. Darby, you're missing Olivia Raby today. You had some other players step up. Ruby Bolin had a big basket. Peyton Hartstill has come up huge, already 4 or 5 points over her season average. How important is it for you to get production off the bench today with one of your best players out?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. I think I'm super proud of our first half. We started a little slow, but our first half, we've been talking to our kids about just battling, you know, and injuries are a part of the game, and we love Liv, and she does a ton for our team. But in any situation, you got a choice, and we gotta keep moving, and it's the next man up, and it's an opportunity for our team to learn and to grow. And I think so far in this first half, I'm proud of them for it.
I feel like I've asked you this before, but it usually comes with an explosive second half. Bailey Kellum was slow to start in that first half, got into a little bit of foul trouble. How do you get her involved and get her back into that rhythm she's been in for the last month for you guys?
Yeah, Bailey's a scorer. That's what she does. And I think just settling into the game, she got herself in foul trouble, so we had to sit her for the last 6 minutes of the second quarter, which is not helpful. But the kid, she'll settle in, and I mean our offense is it kind of when we move the ball, good things happen, and so I think she'll find her rhythm in the second half.
All right, great into that first half there, and we'll hopefully see you afterwards, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we will send it to a short break, and then we will be back for some stats and a recap of that first half. Right now, it's Ohio Christian up 1 over Huntington University on FDN Sports.
I'm Megan Hosteller. I'm the producer of the In the Beginning, Our Purpose event, and currently we are getting ready for Britt Nicole to come in and just have an intimate worship night with here at HU with all of our students. We're currently getting ready for the camera team to come in, as well as the lighting and everything like that. Our whole team has just put in a lot of effort and time into this event, and we're just really excited to see how it pays off.
One of the big goals for this project is from our community. We want to bring people into this worship night to come in and have a really great experience, to be impacted. We want people to come in and worship God, and ultimately the goal is about finding our purpose. A lot of people are trying to figure out, hey, what's my purpose? Where am I supposed to be going? What am I supposed to be doing the next 5, 10 years? There's going to be a lot of change happening. So what am I supposed to be doing? So the goal of the event is to help people find that purpose through worshiping God, through asking the Holy Spirit to grant us wisdom in these moments, grant us wisdom this night as we sing praises to you, as we receive wisdom from you, as we receive your truth tonight, and ultimately come together in a corporate community to praise you together.
When I saw the name of this, actually the first time I saw it, I think was on Instagram, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. In the beginning, our purpose, this is truly why we were designed and created, was to worship God, and so I love the name of it. I love that, they had a heart and a vision to bring this to their school, and honestly, I've just been so excited, leading up this whole month. Just my spirit has felt really excited and stirred for what God is going to do tonight. What's cool about it is it doesn't feel like it's about one particular person. It just feels like, even the way it's set up, it just feels like this is about everyone and just coming together for one purpose.
It's too late, no going back. Olympiad is about to begin.
self-made, rising out of sweat and blood. Don't play, step it up, I'm feeling good. Try me, yeah, I really wish you would. I'm a man on fire. I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man, I'm a man on fire. I'm a man on fire.
To me, Forester Camp is fellowship.
To me, Forester Camp is like engaging.
To me, Forester Camp was inspiring.
I hoped that I would be able to make more friends who have not really been around much.
How I describe this camp is pretty chill and like fun.
And it's fun too. It's something that like people can be engaged in and have a great time, but also still learn life lessons and lessons about the Bible, kind of see the world from a different perspective.
Fun every single day, and you meet a lot of new people. It's pretty judgment-free because everyone's all in the same boat.
You don't really have anything to lose by coming to the camp. I think a lot of people are scared to take that risk. I could promise you that you wouldn't be bored or not have a good time here.
Something only happens one time in the universe. It never happens exactly the same. So like, you better take your opportunity while you can.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join.
My favorite part, I think, was going to like the research center. We got to practice like CPR.
I thought I would come here and like not know, like talk to anybody. But like first day, it was like, oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the education process and made it fun.
Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome and you're really gonna have a good time.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
At nursing camp, we learned a lot and had a lot of fun at the same time.
I've always wanted to be a nurse since I was a kid because my mom and grandma were nurses.
So I felt really behind and scared to be majoring in nursing. The professors really make sure that you feel welcome and that you are really understanding what you're getting into if you do join.
My favorite part, I think, was going to like the research center. We got to practice like CPR.
I thought I would come here and not talk to anybody. But first day, it was like, oh, I already had a whole group of friends.
I would describe nursing camp as super fun, but also super educational. Like they took the education process and made it fun.
Everybody's gonna make you feel welcome and you're really gonna have a good time.
Forester camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other. You know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
As you mentioned, Ross, sorry, we're just trying to make sure that you guys can hear us on the air right now, but the Foresters got a big shot there at the end of the first half by Peyton Hartsoe, and to cut that lead to 1 instead of 4 just felt like a little bit of a moral victory and pulled the Foresters a little closer right before that halftime break.
Yeah, the Foresters got that clean opportunity after that three-point basket with that buzzer going off at halftime for Peyton Hartsoe, which she probably liked to be behind by 1 point instead of 4 points.
So we'll see if Bailey Kellum can get going in the second half. She only had 1 shot attempt, which is hard to believe.
Sounds like we're going to fix the clock here.
Yeah, I think the shot clock just needs to be moved to 20 since the
game clock.
Oh, okay. I couldn't see what was really going on. All right, anyways, Ohio Christian will start with it. They played fairly efficiently on the offensive end, except for 9 turnovers in that first half. They shot 43%, 40% from downtown, trying to get that offense rolling again. Kellum grabs the miss. HU has a chance to grab the lead back. We had a lot of lead changes and a lot of ties in that first half. It's exactly the kind of game we were expecting between these two sides. Sebo drives into trouble. Nelson has an open 3, trying to get that shot going. Can't do it. Hartsoe keeps it inbounds. Smallest player on the court grabs an offensive rebound as Melby tries to direct some traffic here. 10 on the shot clock. Melby through the lane. Kellum's second shot of the day is good, and right on cue, Kellum gets it going here in the second half.
That's what the HU need to trust right now between Gabby Melby, Emily Sebo, and Bailey Kellum.
So Kellum's second field goal attempt is a 3. She's up to 7 now. She did have 4 free throws in the first half. Cox drives hard and goes right through the chest of Melby to score that one. Tell you, Cox just finds ways to put the ball in the hoop, and she's doing it again today.
She just finds a way to get that scoop and score opportunity.
That time she used some strength. Kellum thought about another three, drives into the lane. Nelson couldn't handle the hot pass. Back the other way, Ohio Christian one-on-one chance here, and Coons rolls it in and out. She had a chance to add on to her total. Kellum with her second rebound. Hartsoe thought about a three, drives in. Nelson open and gets it to go off glass. A nice piece of footwork there for Annika Nelson.
That was good footwork, post work there for Annika Nelson off of that Peyton Hartsoe assist.
With Raby out, Nelson's going to get a chance to grow as an offensive player here, especially in a tight game like this. Right down the lane comes Cox again, and she's heading back to the free throw line. I think what makes Cox so hard to defend and why she's so hard to defend, she's very shifty, and that first step she uses to beat the defender, and then when you're in a bad spot, she knows how to draw the foul. Cox puts up the first one and knocks it in. She's the leading scorer now for Ohio Christian today, up to 14. 5 of 11 from the field, has not missed from the charity stripe, and that trend continues. So all tied up 43-43 as we continue to go back and forth in Platte Arena between these two sides. Competitive game as both coaches expected. Kellum keeps trying to look for that shot, has to go to Melby. 15 on the shot clock. Melby uses a screen from Nelson, drives in, and she's fouled this time. That one's gonna go on Deweese. And Melby finally gets one of those calls that she wanted in the first half.
She finally got what she wanted after that first half.
I actually thought there was more contact on a couple of her other drives in the first half compared to that one, as Deweese kind of swatted down at that one. Either way, the Foresters will take it as they take the lead back. Melby misses the second. Foresters just up one at the moment. 2 minutes gone in the third quarter. Coons right back the other way. Good pass to Hamilton, and this could be trouble for HU. That might be the third on Bailey Kellum, and it will be. Yep. Not what you want to see if you're Coach Darby Maggard and staff. Best scorer with 3 fouls and still 17:33 to play over the next 2 quarters. That's going to force the hand of Coach Darby Maggard, and Kendall Yoakum's going to have to come back in. We'll see if Yoakum can kind of provide that spark that she did in the first half. She knocked down 1 3. Second free throw missed there by Hamilton, who's having a really nice afternoon. Back to tied, Ross. Back and forth.
It's been a seesawing battle between these two teams.
Hartsoe works with Sebo. Sebo off the dribble. Now back to Peyton. Kicks it out. Melby. She'll go baseline. Cuts through. Finds Yoakum. Good shooter. Can't connect. Rebound down to Emily Sebo. Melby thought about a 3. She'll drive into the lane. Back out to Sebo. That's the one you want shooting it. Can't get it to go, though. Left short. Rebound falls down to Darcy Mitchell.
Those are good looking baskets there for HU, and also got an offensive rebound on that possession.
Yeah, 2 wide open looks, just unable to connect on those. Now Cox will go back to work. She loves going off the dribble. That time she misses. Hamilton's there to stick it back up, and she's going to head back to the free throw line. I tell you, she's not someone that you would necessarily highlight on this roster if you're preparing for the game the day before, but today she's been a handful for this Forester defense, just creating second opportunities.
Yeah, Jolie Hamilton's been doing an awesome job down in the paint to cause those fouls to happen for HU.
She's got 9 points and 4 rebounds. She came in averaging 3.5 points and 5 rebounds, and right now that's kind of the answer for Ohio Christian. When they have a missed basket, they know Jolie Hamilton's going to go get them another opportunity. She uses that opportunity, knocks down 1 of the 2. She hasn't shot it great from the free throw line. Came in just 3 of 6 on the year. She's staying right at that average here today. But you get 10 points from someone averaging 3 points per game. You're happy with that production.
Gotta be satisfied with that.
Swing pass over to Melby. She'll work in and scores it again. A couple of strong moves from the junior guard today.
So that was a strong post move there by Gabi Melby with that score.
Yoakum tried reaching in. Turnover caused by Hartsoe. Sebo's got a 2-on-2 break. Slows it down, back out to Melby, who fires a 3 long. Rebound down to Cox. Haley Cox loves this situation, goes right at Sebo, uses the Euro and scores again. She's unstoppable in transition.
That was a good Euro step there by Haley Cox over Emily Sebo.
So about halfway gone in this third quarter, back and forth. This game continues to sway. Foresters without Kellum right now. Bolin nearly wrapped up, finds Hartsoe. She'll go right baseline, back to Ruby Bolin, swings it over. Cox has the steal. Cox goes right at Sebo, leaves it short, and Sebo grabs the miss.
That was a good defensive stop there by Emily Sebo.
Yoakum drops it in. Ruby Bolin can't handle the pass, and teams have turned it over in 3 straight possessions. Darcy Mitchell will run the point for Ohio Christian. Shows off some of her dribbling skills against Yoakum. Good defense from Kendall. Now Emma Coons has it. Drops it in. There's Mitchell again. Good hands by Melby. Back the other way comes HU. See if one of these teams can take advantage, and Melby will try to at the free throw line. And she's starting to get there a little more frequently here in this second half. That foul's going to go on Emma Coons. That's just her first. Second on Ohio Christian here in the second half. 3 on the Foresters. And each free throw the rest of the way is going to be so crucial for either side in this tight of a game. Melby knocks it in. Lauda Valiente back in for HU. Out there with Yoakum and Sebo and Melby. And I'm missing one, because I can't quite see, but it's also Ruby Bolin. Quickly back the other way, Ohio Christian. Coons through the contact, can't score. Excuse me, that was Lily Shepard with the miss. Lauda pushing the pace. Numbers from behind, and that time it was Coons on defense knocking that one out of play. But you like that pace from Lauda, kind of works as that second point guard off the bench for HU.
Yeah, Laura Valiente, she just has that offensive tempo, that fast tempo that HU can handle.
Haley Cox trying to get her shoot tie before this ball is inbounded. Gabi Melby will be the one sending it in. 48-47 advantage for HU. Sebo works with Melby, who's got it now. 15-foot range, nice shot fake. Gets back to the free throw line as she got a couple of defenders in the air on that possession.
That's a good shot fake. Go up for that foul there for Gabi Melby.
I think that's something we've seen a lot from HU this year. That shot fake has become part of every possession on offense for them, and it's has put them in some pretty positive situations and positions here in this game. Now they got to connect when they start getting to the free throw line down the stretch. Gabi missed the first, makes the second. HU back up 2. So a fun quarter and a half left remaining between these two sides. Open 3 fired from Ohio Christian, in and out. Good look there from Lily Shepard. Freshman hasn't been able to connect quite yet today. Yoakum has a good spot for Bolin in the post. Ruby with a fading shot and gets it to go. How about Ruby Bolin showing off the hook shot here in the second half?
That was a good post move there by Ruby Bolin to get HU a 4-point lead.
Yoakum gets in a good spot. DeWeese drives through, and she's going to be called for a travel as the Foresters shut down that drive right in front of the rim.
That's a good defensive stop there for HU, which that's probably what Darby Magger needed there.
Valiente did a great job stopping that drive from DeWeese, going straight up and down, and forced another turnover. Right back to Bolin. She had the last basket. Now she's got the last 2.
That's another good post move there for Ruby Bolin to get HU up by 6, which they've been going on a 6-0 run after that Gabby Melby free throw.
Bolin was not in the rotation hardly at all to start the year, and right now she's scoring some big baskets in this tough non-conference game. Fading shot from Coons, she'll score it plus the foul, and Emma Coons stops the run for HU and has a chance to pull the Trailblazers back within 3. Something else to watch, Ross. That's now Emily Sebo's 3rd. It's the 4th on the Foresters here, so any foul the rest of the way in this quarter will be free throws for Ohio Christian.
HU's got to be careful with their fouling situations, who to foul and who to put at the free throw line.
Coons had 9 before that free throw. Now she's into double digits. And a couple more subs coming for Ohio Christian. Coons out, Jolie Hamilton back in, and she's been a real weapon off the bench today for the Trailblazers. Clement back in, has to find Bolin. Yoakum out there with Valiente and Melby. Lauda drives in, left side again, left it short, got her own miss. Resets with Melby, just 10 on the shot clock now for Gabi. She drives right, and that's going to be a hand check foul as Melby thought maybe she had another basket. So now the Foresters are just one Ohio Christian foul away from getting to the free throw line with each foul.
Yeah, Gabby Melby there, she thought she had that and one opportunity, but Lily Shepard fouled her there before the shot even happened.
So 20 on the shot clock, 3-point lead for HU. They'll try to add on here on one of their out-of-bounds plays. Got to start with Melby. Gabi working on Shepard again, the freshman guarding the junior, and the junior wins again. Melby starting to cook here in this 3rd quarter. HU back up 5. Shepard against Yoakum, out to DeWeese, cutting in. Cox, she's bumped, and it's going to be a foul on Bolin. And Cox is going to shoot more free throws.
We have a Forester foul on number 3, Ruby Bolin. That is her 2nd.
Cox is so good at getting into those positions and getting the defender in a bad defensive spot. And a couple of times she's cut right into that semicircle, and it's led to some blocking fouls on the Foresters. And it continues to lead to free throws for Haley Cox. Haley will shoot 2 more here, knocks down the first. Still perfect on the day from the free throw line. She's up to 18 points now, 6 of 6, shooting free throws on the afternoon. Knocks down again. And that is where she makes a lot of her money, is right there, 15 feet, the charity stripe, and it looks like she's gonna have to check out of the game for a moment. She was kind of grabbing at her waist or leg there while shooting those free throws, so something to keep an eye on to make sure Cox can keep going here with just about 2.5 minutes left in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, the question is, can HU capitalize off of those points with Haley Cox being out of the game?
Yeah, this is a big stretch for HU if they can go on a run here without Ohio Christian's best player being in the game. That could be a turning point for the rest of this 12 minutes remaining. Yoakum throws it into Melby. Foresters will reset here on offense. Bolin has had a great 3rd quarter. Back cut, good idea from Yoakum, and really a good idea from Bolin. The execution just not there.
Yeah, that was a good backdoor pass, but the execution didn't work well there for HU.
And our question is answered quickly. Cox already back in after about a 20-second break on the bench, a Forester turnover, and Ohio Christian loses no points with their star player on the bench. Cox off the dribble again, this time against Valiente. Good defense from Lauda. And now Yoakum playing good defense. Kendall guarding Cox. She goes to the floor, has to flip it off. Coons goes to DeWeese for the tie, no good. Rebound down to the Foresters. Yoakum with the loose ball. And the shot clock went off, but the shot hit the rim. It looked like HU had possession, but We'll have to see what's going to be the call here. A jump ball would give HU the ball anyways, if that's the route they go. But the shot clock should have been reset for 30, and it looks like it was clear possession for HU anyways. So 1:52 left in the third quarter. A couple of fans thought she traveled, but the ball was sitting on the floor, and Yoakum didn't have possession. So either way, if this would have been a jump ball, it still would have been HU's ball, so it really doesn't matter at that point.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter to that point. I feel like the shot clock even went off before.
Yeah, and the players stopped playing because of that. And HU clearly had possession at that moment, so we'll see how this possession plays out now. Melby swings it. Valiente from 3, doesn't shoot a lot of them. That one way too long and then knocked out by Bolin. So that call doesn't cost the Blazers anything there, and they'll have a chance to tie or get back within 1. A couple of empty possessions there for HU, and they had a real chance to kind of start taking some big swings in this third quarter.
You got to capitalize off of those turnovers, even though you miss them.
Double team comes again, and a kick ball is going to reset the shot clock to 20, as it was to 18. And seeing a couple of those today off of double teams, trying to keep those passes away from open cutters. Ashley DeWeese takes a long one and can't connect as that's short. Yoakum has another rebound, fighting for position, and a jump ball is going to go right back to HU again.
Possession arrow is in favor of the Foresters.
Yoakum really battling in there as Coach Van Hoos was
not very pleased.
Displeased with that call. See some of those good reactions on the Trailblazers bench. Melby takes it across the timeline. 1 minute left in this third quarter. HU outscoring the Trailblazers by 4 in this third quarter, and Melby has a turnover with an offensive foul.
We have a Forester personal foul on number 32, Gabby Melby.
Looks like Ohio Christian's going to go to the free throw line for the rest of the quarter.
DeWeese did a nice job getting in the way of the cutting Melby there. And yeah, every defensive foul now will lead to free throws for Ohio Christian. Mitchell works against Clement. Pass knocked away, backdoor cut, Coons flips it down low, nearly another jump ball, and now a steal as Yoakum's down behind the play. And a foul's gonna be called on Hamilton. And Yoakum now will head to the free throw line, as that's the 5th team foul on the Trailblazers. Yoakum just doing a good job there. Dangerous play as Hamilton came down onto the left leg of Yoakum. Good to see her get back up quickly. She just missed 5 or 6 games for this Forester team, and now you don't want to lose her again, especially with Raby being out for potentially extended period of time.
You don't want to mess her up.
Yoakum's first free throw is good. She's got 4 points. Right now, that's the difference. So even though she hasn't shot it a lot, right now, big 4 points from Kendall Yoakum. Puts up the second and knocks it in. She'll take a break now as Peyton Hartsoe comes in, and HU has a chance to take a decent lead with them to the fourth quarter if they can get maybe a stop and a score here to end this third frame. Mitchell will run the point as she had most of this second quarter. In and out dribble, finds Coons. Coons off of the dribble and kisses that one off glass. Nice shot over the top of Bolin there, as Emma Coons is having a great afternoon. Those 3 players for Ohio Christian continue to lead the way. 17 on the game clock. Laura Valiente will hand it off to Melby. HU can hold for the last shot. Now they have numbers. Melby has a wide open 3, can't stick it. Rebound is pulled out of there by Sophia Hoyt. Last shot going to be fired here from Ohio Christian, and that one's nowhere near, as Coons can't get it to go at the buzzer. We'll take it to the fourth quarter. Right now, HU up 3. We'll see if they can finish the job when we come back on FDN Sports.
Order JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
We're back for the final 10 minutes between Ohio Christian and the Huntington University Foresters. We, as always, want to thank you for tuning in to FDN Sports today. If you're wanting to watch more basketball, we'll be on afterwards as well for a 3 o'clock tip between Calumet of St. Joseph and the Huntington Forester men's team. In that game, Zach Goodline's looking to become the 8th Forester ever to score 2,000 career points and the first player ever in HU history to score 2,000 points and 500 assists. That'll be a storyline then. Right now the storyline is HU does a great job in that third quarter outscoring Ohio Christian by 4, and they've got a 3-point lead. We'll see if they can hang on to it. Ohio Christian, a phenomenal offensive team, averaging right around 82 per game. They start the fourth with a turnover as Bailey Kellum is back in. Melby, after that slow start, missing her first 4 shots, is now up to 16 points. She's got it now. Over to Valiente. Cox there to take it away. Haley Cox dribbles in, misses another layup. She's missed 2 of those fast break layups here in this second half.
Got to make those layups if you're Ohio Christian.
Kellum thought about a 3. Now she drives into the lane. Spins back to the right. Finds Lada Valiente, who looked for Nelson. And another turnover for HU. Darcy Mitchell has it now, working against Lauda Valiente out there with Coons and DeWeese. Cox, of course, out there as well, and Jolie Hamilton. Cox, 15-footer, stepping away, rims in and out, rebound right down to DeWeese, and a foul called. As it looked like Ashley DeWeese was actually trying to go away from the contact of Sebo there, and Sebo still caught her on the arm. That's Emily's 4th. So she has to take a seat, and, you know, for a while, Sebo was leading this team in scoring today. Now she's run into some foul trouble, and that's something to put a check next to for the next 8:55. DeWeese can't connect on that first free throw. Ashley on the day, having a nice day on offense. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. And she can't get either one to go, so 2 costly miss there for Ohio Christian. They get to the free throw line a lot, but when you do, you got to start knocking them down. Usually very efficient from there as Melby gets the bucket plus the foul, and she'll have a chance to shoot a free throw. And that is exactly what we were talking about, Ross. A slow start, but now it's on for Gabi Melby.
She's starting off on that cool start at the beginning of the game, but now she's on fire. So glad HU got Gabi Melby all fired up to start the fourth quarter.
She's over her season average now with 18, make it 19. She's coming off 25 at Midway last week, and right now she's finding her rhythm again as HU's trying to start the new year with a win. I guess the new year will start tomorrow night at midnight as Cox continues to do what she's done in the old year, and that's score a lot of baskets. Just continues to find ways to the rim. Crafty scorer, Ross. One of the best we'll see all year long.
Yeah, Haley Cox is one of those crafty scorers on the Ohio Christian side.
Nelson back to the basket, flips it up, left it short, rebound down to Hoyt. She hasn't played a ton of minutes or really even games this year, but she's getting some crucial time right now. Swing pass to DeWeese. Now Cox won't shoot a lot of threes, does shoot it this time, left it short, grabs her own miss, and scores the second time. She is just a ball hawk out there. She finds her own misses and sticks them right back.
HU's gonna find Haley Cox right now in the fourth quarter. Can't let her have that offensive rebound opportunity there.
Melby wants to work again off the dribble, gets her own miss, can't get it. Cox with another rebound. Haley Cox pushes right back at the Forester defense. Mitchell Tries to find Deweese. She has to come back the other way. Darcy Mitchell drops it inside. That's Hoyt. Now Deweese with Yoakum guarding. She'll drive baseline, sneaks through, blocked away, and a nice recovery from Kendall Yoakum to swat that one out of bounds.
Substitution for the Foresters, number 3, Ruby Bowen back into the game.
Yoakum was beat the whole way and then got that right hand up there, knocked it out of bounds. Something else to look at in the stats, Haley Cox up to 9 rebounds now as well. So she just continues to do everything for this team. Also averages around 3.2 assists. Today, it's been more of the scoring that has been a big part of her game. And it looks like Ashley Deweese is going to have to take a break as she was knocked down after that block from Yoakum. So she's on the sideline. And a foul is going to be called on one of the Foresters here, holding on to a cutter.
It's going to be on Yoakum there.
So Kendall Yoakum picks up her first of the day. That is the second on the Foresters here in the fourth quarter. Cox has it, works past Valiente, scores it again, and this is what she does best. She gets her offense going, and that full head of steam is hard to stop.
Yes, it is. Haley Cox is one of those full esteem scores that Ohio Christian has.
Hoyt called for the push there as Boland had good post position. And now 2 fouls on both sides. That's the first on Hoyt. She's had limited minutes this season, but with Jolie Hamilton in foul trouble, she's got to play some big minutes down the rest of this game. Valiente finds Kellum. She'll launch a deep one. No good. Rebound down to Mitchell. It's a shot we've seen Kellum hit a lot this year. Back the other way. That's Coons. Can't get the floater to go. Rebound down to Lauda. She pushes it ahead. Bolin off the dribble and sneaks it in. She actually didn't use a dribble. I thought she was going to put one down. Instead, used her 2 steps and sneaked it in.
That was a good basket there by Ruby Bolin off of that Valiente assist.
Cox now back the other way, and an offensive charge on Cox is stepping in to take that one as Bolin. A great 2 possessions there by Ruby to win the ball back for HU.
That was a good charge there by Ruby Bolin off of that offensive foul by Haley Cox.
That's Cox's 3rd foul, now the 3rd team foul on Ohio Christian. So 2 more, and the Foresters will shoot free throws the rest of the way. Kellum, shot fake, goes to the rim, bumped, and a late fall called this time. And Sophia Hoyt's going to pick up her 2nd. Tough call against Ohio Christian there.
That was a tough call, but Sophia Hoyt used her a little bit more of a body contact there to create that foul.
Kellum has had 10 straight in double digits. Right now she's at 7. And with that free throw, makes it 8. It's the 2nd foul on Hoyt. Ashley Deweese looks like she may be ready to check back in for Ohio Christian after this 2nd free throw. Kellum knocks both in. She's up to 9. And right now, Ohio Christian down 4, 64-60. Foresters trying to put this one away. Cox drives baseline, loses the ball. Bolin there again. Ruby Bolin is giving the Foresters huge minutes right now, and Cox just created a turnover as Valiente picked it up.
That was a bad turnover there for HU, but looks like their Valiente kind of carried there.
You could see Cox just kind of get Lauda out of her regular dribble and then force her back the other way, and it causes another turnover. Ashley Deweese back in after getting checked out by the medical staff for HU, and she turns it over. Melby doesn't have a ton of numbers, goes to Kellum, and she connects on the circus right-handed layup. Looked like she ran out of room. Instead, she puts it home. Answer right back from Coons as these 2 teams continue to play with a ton of pace. 66-62 advantage for HU. And Kellum with that last basket back into double digits, now 11 straight games. Melby fires a quick one, just 10 off the shot clock. Can't get it to go. Right down the center goes Cox, and it's another offensive foul. And now that's 4 on Haley Cox, and still 5 minutes remaining in this game.
That was another charge there by HU to create Haley Cox's 4th foul to happen.
Cox has 25 points and 10 rebounds, but you could see Melby was waiting for her, and that's the 2nd charge on Cox on the last 3 possessions. And that's huge news. If you can get her out of the game, I mean, that's one of the best scorers in the country.
Yeah. It can happen.
Yeah, just 1 foul away. If you're the Foresters, you go right at her defensively. Bolin goes up and under, and Ruby Bolin is having her party here today as she continues to just come up with clutch baskets for HU right now.
She wanted to end the year right.
DeWeese goes up with the left hand, scores over top of Bolin. Coach Van Hoos glad to see DeWeese back in as it's now 68-64. HU still ahead. Kellum thought about a 3. She'll drive into the free throw line, extended back out to Melby. 4:40 left in this game. Melby gets all the way in. Wild pass, finds Sebo from Hartso. Can't get it to go. Bolin with the O board.
That's a good offensive rebound there for Ruby Bolin. She's been doing everything today for Coach Darby Maggard.
Shepard trying to pick up the defense here against Melby. Gabi crosses over, gets the bucket and the foul, and Gabi Melby has taken over here in the 2nd half.
Gabi Melby's been taking over the whole game basically for HU. Since Olivia Raby's out, who do you count on? Gabi Melby, of course, for HU.
Melby uses that crossover and scoops it up, plus the contact. HU up 6. That matches their largest lead of the day, and they'll have a chance to add to that largest lead with a Melby free throw coming up next. Ruby Bolin will take a seat. Annika Nelson in, and you cannot say enough about what Ruby Bolin has done off the bench today. Being able to come in and fill the shoes of Olivia Raby. Good hands by Melby, nearly causes a turnover. DeWeese got it right back and sticks it home. She's got the last 2 baskets. Melby will use the screen. She goes right back to the rim. She's fouled and nearly had a chance for 3 again. Instead, this time she'll shoot 2 free throws.
Foul on number 1, Ashley DeWeese.
I mean, Melby just puts her head down, drives right to that right side, and right now Ohio Christian doesn't have an answer for it. First one good from Gabi. She's up to 23. Not her highest scoring game of the year. She had one that we actually didn't call where she had 41 inside Platt Arena. She probably won't get there today, but right now all 24 pretty big points as Coach Darby Maggard, I believe, has called a timeout. Actually, it's Trailblazers head coach Van Hoos taking that timeout to talk it over, and right now she's got to come up with some answers pretty quick with her team down 7.
You got to trust Haley Cox and Louise there for Ohio Christian to make these baskets happen. And then on HU side, you got to trust Gabi Melby, Bailey Kellum for HU to get their scoring back in the rhythm.
Both these teams have had really balanced attacks this year, but especially today. Take a look at some of the stats. Haley Cox has 25, leading the way for the Trailblazers. 16 for Ashley DeWeese, 14 for Coons. That's the 3 players that do it, and they're doing it again today. Jolie Hamilton has 10 for HU. Melby had the slow start. Now she's got 24. Kellum in double digits again, 11 points, 11 straight in double digits. Ruby Bolin off the bench, 5 for 5, 10 points. Emily Sebo, 4 for 8, 10 points, 7 rebounds. Hartso with 7, Yoakum with 5, Valiente with 4, Nelson with 2. I mean, you get everyone but Michaela Clement has scored a basket who's been in today for HU, and that's exactly what it was going to take to come away with a quality victory. We'll see if HU can finish the job here with under 4 minutes left in this game. Roll down low, Coons can't find a teammate, was looking for DeWeese, and Nelson got the steal. This is a big possession here for the Foresters to start putting this one to sleep.
Yep, big possession here if you're HU.
And it looks like a foul is going to be called here on Annika Nelson. It was a legal screen as Nelson just wasn't set. So that's now the 4th personal on the Foresters. It's the 4th on Nelson. Actually, excuse me, the 3rd on the Foresters here in the 4th. HU still leads by 7. Good call there, I thought.
Yeah, that was a good call by the officials there. She was moving a little bit.
Just not quite set, and that's also on Melby to wait to make sure she is set and then use that screen. So a mistake by HU. We'll see if it hurts. Ashley DeWeese drives left into a couple of Foresters, and Sebo is there to defend and grab the rebound. Melby is going to pick it up, and now a foul called on DeWeese. And that is going to put the Foresters at the free throw line the rest of the way. You can see DeWeese just trying to chase down Melby. Couldn't quite get there. And now Gabi has a chance to add to the largest lead of the day for HU with just 2:53 remaining. Melby's free throw is good. She's approaching another 30-point game. She's already had a career high this year. Now 4 games on the year over 20 points. And she's been really efficient here in the last 3 quarters. The first quarter, a little bit of a struggle. It's how you finish, though, not how you start.
Nope, it's how you finish the game, how you're going to produce the game.
Cox behind the back now goes in against Melby, uses that strength again, misses it, grabs her own miss, goes back up, second time's good. She's done that a few times. Sometimes the best offense is just letting Haley Cox go, rebound her own miss, and score it again. Nearly a steal from DeWeese. Melby goes right hand, scores it again, and Melby just has completely took over and took care of her team today. Cox spin move through the lane, no good. Sebo rebound, and HU now has 2 minutes to go to win another game. This would be their 8th win of the year, only 10 last year for the Foresters. Trying to get to that 10 mark again, and right now Gabi Melby has put her team in charge with another basket and one. Gabi Melby has dominated this 4th quarter, and she's fouled out Jolie Hamilton for the rest of this game.
Man, Gabi Melby's putting on the show here for HU here at Platt Arena.
She's up to 30 points now, 10 of 21 from the field, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. That's a chance to knock another one in. The basket was good. I'm not sure. The basket was good, so she'll be shooting 1 free throw.
Say he put the points on the scoreboard there.
So they did count it, and 1 coming, and Melby has 1 more. So the 3 officials did discuss it, got it figured out. Largest lead of the day, 12-point, as the Foresters are looking to get another real quality win here and another stop on defense. Melby, I'm assuming, will have a chance to maybe shoot it again here late in this game. Another just amazing performance from Gabi Melby. Instead, it's Kellum, can't get it to go. Nelson with the rebound, and it's going to lead to more free throws. And the HU Foresters just figured it out here in this 3rd and 4th quarter. They were down 1 at halftime, Ross. Since then, it's been all HU.
Yeah, HU's just taking control in the second half. Coach Darby Bagger made some adjustments at halftime to make HU be up by 12 right now.
Nelson misses the first. Free throws aren't her strong suit, right around 55 on the year, but she's played some big minutes today for Coach Maggard's staff again. Misses both, nearly an offensive rebound. Instead, Coons takes it away. Cox right back the other way and uses another Euro step to put it home. Melby has it, double coming. DeWeese guarding Melby. She'll take it the length of the court, and a blocking foul called there on Emma Coons, and Melby gets to shoot some more free throws.
Fouls on 13, Emma Coons. That will put 32 Melby at the line.
I said that Melby couldn't get to 41. I guess if she shoots a lot of free throws in the last minute 12, she could.
Anything's possible, Preston.
She's at 32 now. That's her second highest scoring game of the year. She really did most of that work in the last 3 quarters. After missing her first 4 shots of the game, she's up to 33. Haley Cox right back the other way. Between 2 defenders, finds Mitchell. She'll drive in, now out to Deweese. Coons will fire a 3 top of the key. Short, gets her own miss, fouled, scores. And, you know, Ohio Christian's still hanging in there, down 10, just a minute left though. That has been like 6 times, Ross, that one of these Ohio Christian players have missed a shot, got their own, and scored it. And I guess that's why they teach you to follow your shot. And they have learned that lesson here today. Coons can't finish the 3-point play. Offensive rebound. Deweese, shot fake, out wide. Drive down the baseline, floater good. That's Coons again, and now Coach Van Hoos wants a timeout as that puts a little wind in the sails of the Trailblazers.
It's going to take Ohio Christian a comeback here, down by 8 points, which Coach Darby Magger made a smart decision to call a timeout there.
Yeah, it would take something magical with an 8-point deficit in the next 51.4 seconds. But, Ross, we've both watched sports long enough to know that you never know what might happen over 50-odd seconds.
Nope.
Hopefully for the Foresters they win again, but you just never take anything for granted.
No.
We will wait to see what is up next for the Foresters. We do know in their next game on Wednesday night, they will be taking on the Mount Vernon Nazarene Cougars. That is about a 4-hour drive away. So they get back into conference play and see if they can keep rolling in the Crossroads League after this one. Sebo trying to find Melby. She finally does. Trailblazers not choosing to foul yet. Cox can't. She's got 4. But at this point, you got to stop the clock. Instead, I think Trailblazers are going to let the Foresters dribble a lot of time off there. I think if you're going to foul, you might as well do it right away.
You should have done it a long time ago if you're going to foul there for Ohio Christian.
And that's going to send Sebo to the free throw line. 67% on the year. Doesn't shoot a ton of free throws, more of a jump shot shooter. She's got a double-double today, now 11 and 10. Some really impressive stats by both sides today. Couple of double-doubles. On the other side, Cox has 29 and 11. And Emma Coons has 18 and 9. And Ohio Christian wants another timeout to advance the ball to half court here. But, man, what a balanced attack for HU today to get the job done. Melby obviously with 33, but Sebo with 12. Kellum had really kind of an off, slow day, still had 11. And then Ruby Bolin throws in 10 with Hartsoe at 7. It's just a really balanced game and exactly what HU needed with, you know, Raby going down, one of your best players, most consistent players, and a lot of these players answered Darby Maggart's challenge today.
I'll say that's what you need is players to step up without that one crucial player, which everybody has stepped up today for HU without having Olivia Raby in the lineup.
Foresters started this game right around 29% through that first quarter. Right now they're at 44%. Still have not shot it well from deep, 5 of 24, 21%. But the free throws are the difference right now, 25 of 29 from the charity stripe. Nelson knocks that one away. And it looks like Mitchell will try tossing it in again. Right in front of Ohio Christian's bench. Mitchell can't find Cox. Sebo gets the loose ball. And still Ohio Christian going to foul as Coons picks up one there. Hartsoe is going to have a couple of free throws. So really quality win here today for HU. They play a quality opponent, an 8-3 team, an Ohio Christian team that's going to win a lot more games this year. And Foresters take care of their home court as they've done really well throughout this early part of the season.
It's a quality team win today for Coach Darby Magger and the Foresters.
Hartsoe puts them both in. She has 9. And Coach Van Hoos wants a full timeout. Really extending this game here, down 12 with 34 seconds left. But these are the times in the game where you can work on some of your out-of-bounds plays, get to your best play, and, you know, maybe later in the year it ends up winning you a ball game late in the conference play.
Right, free throws can be crucial in these moments like this because once they foul, you can make all your free throws. Those are free points you can get no matter what the situation or the outcome will happen.
So we will wait and see what Coach Van Hoos draws up. It's actually her assistant coach drawing up the play, talking to her team. Coaching staff obviously really important, and Coach Darby Maggard has a great coaching staff alongside her. They have done a great job preparing their team for this game, and you knew Haley Cox was going to score a ton, but still to be able to take care of business and put up 86 points without a double-digit starter in the lineup, it's pretty remarkable from HU and their staff and players today.
That's pretty remarkable as well. Like, HU has a lot of players have stepped up today, like Emily Sebo, Gabi Melby, Bailey Kellogg, which she was a quiet scoring today here.
Coons launches one from the volleyball line, doesn't hit anything, and that'll take us under 30 seconds as Coons fired that one up and left it short. Now HU will throw it back in. See if Ohio Christian still chooses to foul. Melby has it. Could dribble it out. We'll see if they will let her. They will not. Cox picks up her fifth. She's done, but what a great game she played again today. Cox with 29 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, and she continues to score it like one of the best players in the country, and she put on a show here today in Platt Arena.
One of the best scorers. Yeah, kudos to Haley Cox today for Ohio Christian getting the job done.
Melby knocks in another free throw. She's up to 34, has a chance for 35, and she's got it. 15 of 17 from the free throw line from one of the leaders on this Forrester team. Coons drives left against Nelson. Short jump shot from Shepard, no good. Rebound Sebo, and Coach Van Hoos has called off the Dogs, and the Foresters get another really great win here today in front of their home crowd. They move to 8-5. Ohio Christian falls to 8-4. A great game, exactly what we expected between these two sides, and this will be a quality win for the Foresters by the end of the season.
Yes, it will be, because it can help them on their resume with their tournament run, which they can be impressive. I mean, kudos to Darby Maggard on that victory against a very good Ohio Christian team.
We should have Coach Darby Maggard joining us here in just a moment. It was a real back and forth game in those first 2.5 quarters. At the end of the day, HU did enough to pull away and get a really impressive win against a solid opponent here today. We'll wait just a few minutes before we get Coach Darby Maggard on the headset. You got anything you want to say, Ross, about that win today for HU?
That's a good quality win. I mean, they controlled the less turnovers there in the second half. I mean, kudos to Darby Maggard bringing up the press against Ohio Christian, which Ohio Christian did a good job today scoring with their best leading scorer, Haley Cox.
Yeah, Cox explodes again. She had 29 points, 11 rebounds, 1 assist, fouls out at the end of the day, but man, she put on a show and continues to score it as one of the best offensive players in the country. We'll see if Darby Maggard joins us. It looks like she might be heading to the locker room, and that's okay. We can catch her. Actually, she is going to come get us, as it looks like one of her coaching staff members maybe remembered. You think that the head coach would love to come and talk after a win.
I forgot.
But her team down 1 point at halftime. You end up winning that by 14 points, and you knew Haley Cox was going to get hers against you today. But it really was your offense at the end of the day that won you the game, and you had a lot of help from a lot of different players. Only one player for you did not score, and that's just a testament to, you guys preparing your team. And what do you have to say about that team effort today?
Yeah, I loved it. I think obviously we've talked a lot this week about, like, with Liv being out, it's next man up, right? And so I think that honestly, they came in and they did what we asked them to do, which is continue to give attitude and effort and they were just, I loved it. I was super proud of them. Even though Michaela didn't score, she came in and did her job well, which I love. And yeah, I really am. I'm proud of them.
Gabi Melby got off to a slow start, but man, she took over that game in that third and fourth quarter. Sometimes, you know, we've talked about it, Gabi can struggle, and this is no shot at Gabi at all, with her efficiency, but today she was so efficient. 15 of 17 from the free throw line, 10 of 21 from the field, didn't even make a three-pointer, and I just think that shows how Gabi continues to grow as a player. And, you know, she kind of came along with you with the UT Martin connection. What can you say about Gabi and the performance she's had, not just today, but the whole year?
Yeah, she's I love coaching her. She is committed to her process. She is one of the kids that is in the gym all the time. And no matter what, whether she has a great game or whether she, you know, maybe isn't as efficient some games, she is in here working and trying to perfect her craft. And to me, the more that you stay with your process, the more good things are going to happen to you. And she's just a testament to that. And obviously, like, the kid can shoot. So 0 for 6 from the three-point line is not super common. But I think the rest of what she did was incredible. And I really, really enjoy coaching her. She's awesome.
Yep, she dominated down the stretch, and that kind of put you guys over the top. You go to Mount Vernon next. 2-1 in the conference. You're only 2 wins away from matching your win total last year. I mean, you're turning this program around, and we're happy to see it, and we wish you luck in Ohio on Wednesday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
For sure. That's Coach Darby Maggard joining us for the post-game interview. Her team heads to Mount Vernon Nazarene on Wednesday, and she's got this program moving in the right direction. We're going to take a short break. We've got 22 minutes till the tip-off of the men's game coming up next on FDN Sports.
That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made